They want it all. They need it all. But damn it all, they have it all. So let her reach, let her race, let her be what she has to be. Give her air, give her space, she deserves to be all she could be. When she flies, there's no one to match her. When she falls, I'm the net that will catch her. She can fly, it's alright, cause at night she comes home to me. She has a look, she has moves, and a body that sets me free. Every move simply proves she is all that a woman should be. She's the type who inspires some poet. So how come she alone doesn't know it? Still at home late at night, there's the woman I make her see. What is wrong we make right when at night she comes home to me. Thank you. So I've been married for a long time. Yeah. I've actually been married to the same person for 36 years. My wonderful wife, Donna. And as years have gone by, and we've had... This is all about you, honey. As years have gone by, we've had 2 children, now they're in their early 30s. And I think back to when we were younger, and it reminded me of when, pretty early in our relationship, before we were married, I was sent to England to work for 6 months. And I was thinking about communication, then and now. So back then, when we were saying goodbye to each other, Donna handed me a tape recorder. You remember those? And a stack of cassette tapes. So we each had one of these. And so the idea was to communicate by mailing tapes back to each other. And so I would sit in my dark, cold, damp flat in London with this microphone, attached to the tape recorder, and it was like therapy, really. And I don't know what would come out of my mouth, actually. But of course, the tape would take a few days to finish, and then I'd mail it off, so it would at least be a couple weeks in between. So one time, Donna actually picked up the phone and called me and said, "Did you mean it?" I said, "What?" And she said, "Well, didn't you ask me to marry you?" Not that I can remember. Maybe we should talk about this later. Anyway, bottom line of the story is it all worked out. So that was one form of communication. Now, many years later now, we have a son, 31, who he lives in Brooklyn, and he's fallen in love with a musician who lives in Cape Town, South Africa, 8,000 miles away. And so how do they communicate? Skype, text, cell phone. I don't know if they're better or worse, but we have no idea how it'll turn out. We have high hopes. She's a lovely young woman, but we just don't know. But what we do know is that just like then, and as is now, we as parents have no control whatsoever about the decisions that our children make. Oh, this son of mine I love so well, and oh, the toll it takes. I could give to him a garden and keep it clear of snakes, but the one thing that he treasures is to make his own mistakes. Oh, he goes charging up the cliffs of life, a reckless mountaineer. could help him not to stumble, I could warn him what to fear. I could shout until I'm breathless and he'd still refuse to hear. Oh, but you cannot close the acorn once the oak begins to grow. And you cannot close your heart till the seers and seems to know that the hardest part of love is letting go. Oh, it's only in Eden grows a rose without a thorn, and your children start to leave you on the day that they are born. They will leave you there to cheer for them, they will leave you there to mourn, ever so. Like an archipod, as I can seize the lives will be tossed. And the deeper is your love for them, the crueler is the cost. And just when they start to find themselves is when you'll fear they're lost. Oh, but you cannot close the acorn once the oak begins to grow. And you cannot close your heart to what it fears and needs to know. The hardest part of love and the rarest part of love